Hello everyone, this is Hemmans. A pleasure as always. This is therapy. Yes, therapy. YouTube is my safe space. I'm home here.
Where's your home?
Indeed, narrator. For many years, man was at peace with himself and his family in a world that was hostile, but was docile for him. He was the first of us, and his wife, our mother. The two lived with their children in harmony. Somewhere along the lines, one of their descendants decided to murder. It was the first time in our history, in our lineage, that there was a killing. It was known then, that murder was now a possibility, and so began a new threat, a new fear, each other. We became afraid of each other, brother against brother, Cain against Abel. Now that there was murder, there was fear, the fear of being murdered.
How could we avoid that, Hemmans?
It was said to fight fire with fire, and the fire that was within us was now under attack. Murder was used to extinguish our very spirit, and so became an arms race amongst mankind. Clubs turned to projectiles, javelins, spears, pushing a rock off a cliff and killing the little piggy. This is the Lord of the Flies all over again. Who would win? To the winners go the spoils of war. And since that first murder and subsequent fallout, the earth has been filled with the blood of man, the Son of Man, a great creature, noble in his purity, evil in his debasement, had a choice to make. Will he build or will he destroy? How much time is spent in nurturing a life? Conception. 3 trimesters, suckling, looking into a tiny crib to see if babies still breathe. The worries of parents and family, the fear of the future, and in 2022, the fear of shooters. How easy is it to take a life, and how hard to bring it to the age of maturity? And yet killing is easy for some, and so the age-old question remains, how do we remain safe? Some would argue the best defense is a strong offense. This mentality was the birth of armed forces, protecting a tribe, protecting a nation. We are far along, far away from that first murder, and we are well on our way into the billions of murder. How far have we come as far as nuclear weapons?
Terrifying, Hemmans.
Indeed, narrator, from rocks to nukes. How far have we come in killing each other? Since 1945, the United States have detonated 215 above-ground nuclear weapons, 815 underground weapons. The Russians, 219 above and 496 below-ground nuclear detonations. The United Kingdom, 21 and 24 respectively. France, 210 in total. China, 45. India, Pakistan, and North Korea combined for 9 nuclear detonation. There has been a total of 2,056 nuclear detonations on our planet.
How is that possible, Hemmans? I thought that would kill us all, Hemmans.
As did I. How is it possible that thousands of nuclear weapons have been detonated, and yet there is little that remains of them? This is Hiroshima after the bomb was dropped. This is Nagasaki after the bomb was dropped. This is Hiroshima now. This is Nagasaki now. Hiroshima in 1945 had 255,000 people. In 2019, it had 1,199,000. Nagasaki had 195,290 people. It has well over 400,000 now. Hiroshima has 5 times more people today than it did on that fateful day. More than double for Nagasaki. How is that possible? Consider this. The United States said that Iran has been making a nuclear weapon, and they have threatened to destroy their nuclear program. Now, remember this. It was said that the nuclear plant in Natanz, Iran, which is buried under 8 meters of concrete and is layered in a hillside, is so hard to destroy that they might have to use bunker busting bombs to destroy them. Other than nuclear weapons, the greatest weapon is a bunker buster bomb. And even then, it is said that it might not even destroy the facility, and some speculate that even a nuke might not even do the job.
What is your point, Cam Hemmans?
The nuclear site and the Natanz is in a mountain with tunnels stretching 50 meters down with storage scattered around the facility underground. This is why a nuclear weapon perhaps might not even do the job. My question is this: how is it possible nuclear weapons are said to be able to destroy all life on Earth, and yet a little crust of the Earth is a problem? Thousands of them have already been detonated across the world, and yet the world is fine. There is 3,500 square kilometers of deserts and mountains in Nevada where 928 nuclear tests were completed, and yet Nevada stands. It is said that life on Earth can be extinguished by our nuclear weapons, yet the Tsar bomb, the largest nuclear weapon ever detonated, 3,300 times more powerful than the Hiroshima bomb. This weapon was the equivalent of 10 times all the munitions used during World War II combined. This was the Tsar bomb. And yet, after all the destruction, that area has come back to life. Animals lived there. The trees grew back. Go figure. Should this not be the end of life there? Why is it that the Chernobyl nuclear disaster zone is now full of life? Even the Russians and the Ukrainians are fighting for this facility right now. Where is the boogeyman? The death of nuclear weapon that everyone is terrified. Now I'll ask you, where is this boogeyman? The certain death of nuclear weapons, the destruction of life itself that everyone is terrified in all these places. And now I'll ask one more question and sum this up. Think to yourself, what are the most powerful militaries in the world? And why do you think they are so powerful? What weapon do they have that makes them so powerful? Nations would rather give up a war than risk a war with them. Now imagine a world where your enemies are so afraid that they wave the white flag before you even fight. What has made this possible? The fear of nuclear weapons. Everyone is afraid of these, and we treat their possessors as if they are God himself. We don't even try to defy them. But ask the Ukrainians what happens when they aren't afraid of Russian nukes, and ask the Taliban what happens when they aren't afraid of American nukes. The nuclear card is a psychological operation, a psyop. It is used to make you give up. The oldest tradition of self-defense, it is used to make you give up in advance. To give up the oldest tradition of self-defense. Don't be afraid, we are ants. And we would not destroy all life on Earth. Ants can't do that. Just look at Hiroshima, look at Nagasaki, look at the desert in Nevada, look at the Chernobyl nuclear site, look at the Tsar bomb site. Life is protected by the giver of life. Stop being afraid. Stand up for yourself.